Hey guys, so we're finally back. Welcome to the final three episode of the podcast. Um, I hope you guys are excited. I can't wait for us to recap the year. Literally, that's what we're about. There's so much that I think that happened this year that, good or bad, help us to become the people that we are. Um, it's quite amazing. One thing I want to mention, from the start of the year, we know we had the Super Bowl, the Oscars, how we had the whole Will Smith meme that happened, by slapping Chris Tucker. It was so hilarious, but at the same time, kind of shameful. But it made for great TV at the moment. But yeah, it this year was an amazing, but as well as crazy year. We lost so many people. Um, what I want to do at the moment, I want to make sure that for all the people that has passed away, as we step into the new year, I want to have a moment of silence. So if you guys are interested, you guys can do that with me. Let us start. All right, thank you guys. Like I said, this year was quite amazing. Um, there's experience that I think we all have done that helped us in the betterment of certain things. We're like 2 years out almost the pandemic, and the world has changed drastically within the past 2 years. 2022 was kind of a milestone in a way for some of us, especially if some of us lost our jobs and finding a new jobs or even moving. It became a big custom to that, and to see things are slightly getting back to some sort of normalcy shows that we're able to do a lot of things. Um, but yeah, guys, this year I decided to look upon everything that went down. I stripped down things that were good and bad out of it. Like I said, with minimal understanding that every year has something to teach you, and 2022 was just one of those years that it has to teach you something, right? So, like I said, Oscars and all that stuff. And if you guys were interested, I did cover we could even look back upon July and August. We looked upon the World Championships. A lot of great things happened. Like I said, in the world of sports as well as music. Um, Definitely, those were my biggest highlights, and as well as me starting a new school. I think that was the biggest highlight for me as well. Things that's gonna better me on my career as well as job wise. Like, tell me what you guys think. Like, do you guys have um things that's gonna be, putting you guys into the forefront, and checking to see what made this year stand out to you guys? You know, you guys could leave a comment down below. I'm not sure if you guys could still do that. But yeah, there's so much that we can do. But definitely, this is just one of those moments that I feel as if will go down into the history books. Like I said, there's so many people that we have lost, but you know, for the track and field, especially, we had such an amazing year. The U.S. men went 1, 2, and 3. The Jamaican women's went 1, 2, and 3, and now that we're looking at the next World Championships in Hungary, Budapest. It's gonna be amazing, and I think that all these possibilities were due to setbacks from the pandemic, but now that we're slowly getting out of it, it's kind of amazing to see all these things are happening. It's quite amazing to see all these things happening all at once. I think next year is the year of um, just surprise, and I think there were some major moments in music that I think that made us just smile and brought some enjoyment, and it's it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing, and I'm so excited that we're stepping into a new year. I think that a lot of us, we couldn't do this without our families, without God, or anybody that supported us along the way. And I think that it's always important to like give thanks to the people that makes your life matters, and it's always good to see those things flourish. And we are stepping to a year that we know nothing about. So the best thing that I always say is like, we don't know how the year's gonna be like. We don't know what surprises that are lie in there for us in the future, but we could only step into it on the unknown and make the best of it. I mean, some of the albums that I really listened to this year, I really wanted to get my hands on this. This was the Aaliyah self-titled, which I think started being her albums and everything started being re-released, and I think I managed to get a copy of that, and it was very important for me to get that because Aaliyah was the very first artist that I listened to besides Celine Dion. So the fact that I wanted to get that after 22 years, I finally got a copy of this. So it was a very very important moment, and always I have to listen to these. Four, as well as the Lemonade album. And that was another thing for music. Beyonce dropped her seventh studio album titled Renaissance, and I finally got a copy of the physical thing. I have this one, and I got the vinyl, which I can't wait to have like the physical CD and everything. But when you have artists that you like, you guys actually like love and everything, it's always good to like have a copy of some of their work, because you never know, like these things might become very authentic one day and become very popular. Always seize the moment. Another thing that I really wanted to point out is that like I said, if you look back on my previous episode about mental health, I cannot stress this enough. Mental health was probably one of the biggest thing this year as well. So I really wanted to address those things, because I'm like, it's always important to address things like this that are happening in the world. Um, but yeah, guys, this was an amazing experience this year. There's things that I couldn't expect myself to do, but the fact that I'm able to do them goes to show the hard work and dedication that whatever thing that you're trying to put yourself into, you're gonna be able to excel in it so long you push and you do what you're supposed to. You keep yourself dedicated, and eventually, this becomes a reality. Um, but yeah, guys, this was 2022 will definitely be a year that I think a lot of us reflect on, either due to hard work, money, and I think next year will be the perfect time to like really set your goals very high and trying to reach them. I think it's always good to have like a goal to reach every year and stick to those goals. Some of them, the ones that are like attainable, you could see if you could get them. Don't rush yourself. I think it's always important to not rush yourself into anything. Just give yourself some time, and then it will get to you. But yeah, for track and field, I really wanted to make some predictions. I think that next year's World Championships is going to be something amazing. It's going to be something because, especially, I think I made a previous video talking about you know about the new standard of the Olympics starting from next year, the next following year, which will be an Olympic year for 2024. So I cannot wait to talk about in the future. I am planning to get ready to talk about Paris Olympics and how it's gonna change the rest of the modern era of Olympics. The faster some of the athletes goes, the faster that you know they're gonna have to compete much harder. Another thing that I really, really wanted to say is the great Allison Felix has retired this year. That was also a bittersweet for me. She has been running since 2002. From her junior days all the way up to her senior days. That was a bittersweet for me. I've been watching Allison since 2004, and to see her do her final relay lap and her final race, it had like a tear in my eye. Like, man, Usain Bolt left in 2017. Now Felix is leaving, and it's gonna be even more sad when I see Shelly Ann leaves. Like, all the greats are retiring. You know, like I say, track and field, as much as it's like a very rigorous sport, you're not gonna be expected to be running forever, ever. But the amount of things that Allison Bolt, Veronica Campbell Brown, Shelly Ann, Justin Gatlin, all these greats, the amount of things that they were able to do, it caused an entire decades to work hard, to compete, to make every team. Like, Felix had made every Olympic team since her debut. And to see her really leave, it's a sweet, but at the same time, she's gonna be greatly missed, greatly. Like, that running style she has, I think, running like a poetry, I think it's gonna be missed. But we do have faith in our new headliners for track and field for the U.S. or anybody. Like, we have Sharika Jackson of the Jamaica, we have still Shelly Ann, we have Elaine Thompson Hira, and we have the new upcomers like Shakari Richardson. We have, um, Brittany Steiner. We have all these new faces that are coming in, and I think it's gonna be so grateful to see these new faces on the track next year. As a person that runs track currently still, I can't wait to step back into my track mode. I think that's something that definitely dedicated to do. And we will have a back to back um you know reaction to like some of the greatest moments in track and field back in um 2022, but it's probably going to be happening like earlier, or probably February-ish, to talk about great reactions of athletes that I think that stood out to me in 2022. We'll make a video about that, just coming very soon. But yeah, now that track and field is coming back, I think the Melrose Games started already at the men's indoor championships, and all these indoor track and fields has started. So I can't wait to get in touch with that. Now, the biggest thing that's going to be happening next year coming up, we know that Beyonce is going on tour. We know that she has like a whole other album coming up. What some of my favorite albums of 2022 was um, Kendrick Lamar album. We also had SZA that dropped her latest album, So and So, and also Beyonce's Renaissance. Adele's 30 is still up there for me. Um, Bad Bunny also think he dropped an album, so I'm definitely gonna get my hands on that album. I heard everybody's competing that he had the best album. Um, I'm gonna check to see why. But at the same time, I listened to a couple of his songs and I think it's good. But yeah, there's a lot of artists that I got introduced this year, like um, you know, Lizzo also released it. I think one of her albums, and it was very good. It gave me classical music, and she had different genres on there, and she even had like a sample from Coldplay on there. So it was very good. It was very good. I think that it's always good to reflect on everything that happened this year, and music for me was my soft spot. When I needed to listen to some good things, music was there to like back me up on things. So yeah, a lot has happened, but we gonna get through this some way and somehow. And another thing that happened crazier, by the like mid part of the year, a lot of crazy things happened. From the Queen's death, that thing was everywhere, to all the way now to like more celebrities passing away. One of the biggest heartbreak celebrities that has passed away for me was Tommy from the Power Rangers franchise. Um, if anybody that grew up like in the 90s or even earlier than that knows, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was like it was a phenomenon, and the fact that he passed away, that's even more sad as well. We even had Twitch from, what's his name? He was from the Ellen DeGeneres show. He also passed away due to like mental illness and mental health. I think it was a lot going on, but I feel as if we need to get into the position, like I said in my previous video, we need to get into a position where we could forgive ourselves and at least help each other out, because life is short, and you have to reflect on everything that has happened, like with everyone either passing away, and it's a very, very, very hard feeling to see those things. But at the same time, we have to carry on for the people that has passed, and the best way to do that is to reach out to each other more, check on each other, and make sure that that doesn't becoming a one last time thing. Like, check on your family, friends, people that you never reached out to, that you're still friends with them. Reach out to them, because you never know. You could hear from them from one year, and the next thing you never hear from them again, and then the unexpected happen. You know, so be very mindful of the amount of influence that you have towards your people and your fans, of whoever that you inspired to, or whoever that is inspired by you. Um, Also, I will also be announcing that in a couple of hours I will be releasing my act 3 of my Genesis project. I did give you guys like a whole documentary that I did prior to in the summer, and I released it in October, coinciding on my birthday. So it was a very good experience that I went 360 this year. I went to New York, recorded some things. I recorded some things at my school. I recorded some certain places that I think it was necessary for me to do. And the fact that the thing came in full circle goes to show that, you know, you could do great things, and you could reach out to different people that you would never expect that you could reach. And the fact that I did that goes to show, I'm just one person, but the dreams that I have is for so many people, and the dreams that I see myself in, sometimes I see friends and families in it as well. So this is gonna be an amazing tribute to everyone that has passed. But at the same time, we need to keep focused. We need to enjoy and love ourselves more. And just just because you haven't reached your goal yet does not mean that you can't. You know, this is a new restart for us, which means we have time to reset and just do things better. Like I said, this semester I didn't even feel like I gave it my all, but it felt like I came short. And I think for my next phase of my life, I'm gonna put more, not only more energy, but I'm gonna know when to release more energy. if you guys know what I mean. But other than that, guys, we will be back on episode 25 and 24. This episode will be kind of short, but not too short at a point where we are gonna sit there and have like conversation. But yeah, this was a very good this was a very good understanding year. This year was more of a life lesson year. You know, who to trust, who to avoid, and this year was crazy. Like I said, we got things from Will Smith's backing somebody all the way up to now, like getting more information on different things, and so many different stuff that happened. And now we're closing off the year, and there's a lot of things that I think we could learn from, that we could definitely be doing differently. But other than that, guys, you guys make sure you guys stay safe. Happy New Year. And I cannot wait to share this new era of not only projects, innovation, and I'm planning on to see if I can elevate this channel to at least 1K or even beyond that. The more you guys subscribe, the more I could put out more videos. I did also promise that I am going to be working on the Bleach reaction videos, which will be talking about the whole video and talking about it. I don't want to react to the whole thing because due to like copyright infringements and all this stuff, you don't want to just flat out react to something, and then there's so many copyright things everywhere. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys subscribe as always. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my part two and my podcast, which will be the last episode airing for 2022, which will step into 2023, which will count as for 2022. Okay, guys, make sure you guys are safe. See you guys.